Wow, really, like, I've got to say, like, after this one episode, I've got to say, did you try not to at least make Eraserhead more like a wannabe fucking Kakashi? I mean, come on, we all knew when the red eyes were there. I was like, even when reading the material, I was like, this guy feels a lot like Kakashi. And then it's like, with the red eyes, I'm like, oh, come the fuck on. I got my eyes on you, Studio Bones. I see what you're trying to play here. So we finally get to see the first high school day of Deku in UA High. And I gotta say, like, although he was pretty much shitting himself, which, you know, he has, like, a good right to be from there, as you got, like, Bakugo with his feet up saying, I'm gonna, like, destroy all of you fucking pieces of shit side characters. And then you got Ida, like, oh, I'm such, you know, I'm a pretty boy that came from, like, a private academy. Although, like, he was going there and saying, like, oh, you know, I lost you. And it's like, alright then, at least, like, he hasn't got that much of a stick up his ass. Like he did, like, on the last episode where he was just like, nah, you're a piece of shit, Deku, go fuck yourself and all that. It's like, that's what you get. And it's like, even still, you can tell, like this character is such a little goody two-shoes. And even when you saw that, you know, like, appear and all that, like, you know, like, you saw Deku go, like, he had the, like, he completely has the hots for that girl. And honestly, I think the best part of this episode was not even anything to do with the exam itself. It's when, like, they both were in their old school and they're saying, oh yeah, you go over here and all that, like, they're, like, headmaster saying, yeah, that'd be great to you. And Bakugo confronts Deku saying, what the fuck, you're ruining this. I'm the, like, supposed to be the first student that ever went from this school and on to there. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing, Deku? And it was like, Deku was standing up to Bakugo and he was like, no, you know, I'm going to become a hero. I'm going to do this. I honestly think that's the best part of the episode, like, honestly, because it was like, after all this time, you know, he's finally getting confidence from himself, as we saw, like, you know, like, Bakugo just used to walk all over him, and it's like, now, it's like, no, go fuck yourself and all that, like, you know, this is what I'm going to be doing. But we cut back and we finally meet Eraserhead, which, you know, like, everyone's like, you know, who the fuck is this guy? And he's like, yeah, I'm your homeroom teacher. And it's like, we're going straight out, we're going to test your powers. And it's like, you know what, we don't have time for, like, all this bullshit and stuff and all that. Like, the person that gets, like, the last on, like, every, like, ranking and all that, getting immediately expelled. And you're thinking, alright, I've heard that before, like, you know, like, coming in a little bit, hitting Kakashi, but it's like, when he pulls, like, the actual quirk out, which, you know, gives his name Eraserhead, which is his ability to erase quirks, you're like, oh, come the fuck on, like, you're not even trying to, like, hide it at that point. You might as well just had him enter the door, and they'd, like, drop, like, some shit on his head and all that, like, from it, but even still, like, Eraserhead, like, even from the manga, I thought he's alright, like, I wasn't, like, too into it, but it's like, we got him, like, going for, like, multiple tests and all that, like the arm throw, like weights, running, and, you know, you finally get to see some of these characters, like, power. And it's weird because, like, you clearly show that all these characters are very different looking. It's like, oh, they're obviously something. It's like, well, we're already near, like, halfway up. I thought even with this point they would have actually shown them off a little bit more, like, because, like, apart from that, it's like, the only ones that we actually got some time to actually know about their quirks and everything was actually Ida, Deku, Bakugo, like, you know, Uraraka, like, and, like, even coming from that as well, you even got fucking Naval No, whatever the fuck it is, like, his powers, where he's like, oh, I just fire from my belly button, and it's just like, who the fuck cares about you? It's like, come on, man. It's like, even in the manga, that guy is crusty as fuck, and it's like, you know, you clearly, like, especially someone that reads the manga, it's like, there are clearly better characters than him, and, like, that they can focus on. I don't know, I feel like, because, like, this is my one thing, is, like, it's great for the anime, and then also as well, I'm starting to really notice it, and I noticed it a lot in the last episode and a couple ones, is that it definitely feels, at some points, it feels kind of, like, it's not really moved, and I think that's because of the, obviously, they don't want to catch up to material, there's so little of it out there in the first place. I don't know, it's just, like, with some scenes or something, it felt like it's just, like, there wasn't any urgency or anything to it. I know it was just, like, a test that they were doing, but there was just, like, it felt like at some parts, just, like, kind of slow, and just kind of, like, not too much was going on at certain parts. Even when we was doing the exams, I was like, I'm not too engaged in kind of some of this stuff, and I'm like, I guess that's the thing with the wonders of manga, that you just read it and you should go on, and that's the thing, like, I just read through this stuff because, like, I enjoy this material as well, like, in academia, but, like, even still, I feel like, it's like, there's some stuff about it. I feel like in anime format and, like, sitting down on, like, 20 minutes, I know it's just probably me moaning, but it's like, like, I don't want, obviously, from an adaptation, I don't want it to be like what the first season of Magi was, where they were like doing a fucking volume an episode or anything. No, of course not. I think, honestly, though, I think with the limited art and all that, this is probably what we're going to be getting. We're probably going to be two chapters. And it works very well in some, like, you know, like some series and all that. But I feel like sometimes with, like, Academia, I feel like Academia, like, maybe the 3 to even, like, 3.5 to even, like, maybe 2.5 chapters is nowhere as bad as, like, whatever One Piece has gotten to, where One Piece will sometimes do half the fucking chapter or a chapter. But I feel like I don't know, that we just wouldn't be in this situation if we let the anime just actually have, like, you know, more time, like, for it. Like, you know, if we had the manga to have the build up, or, like, you know, for, say, 150 chapters, I feel like this would be a completely different story. As we look at other Bones materials and all that, like Blood Brigade Battlefront, they didn't give a fuck and all that if they were catching up or anything like that. They wanted to do their own thing with that, and they had a limit, like, of only 12 episodes. Although I am very much excited for the next episode, especially if you read the manga, you should know why I'm excited. But, like, literally the next episode we should be reaching the first volume of the material, and like 1 chapter into that. So I feel like, especially now, like for some people, this is, like, you know, this is half of the anime is ready. I kind of wish that even if it was like filler material, that they gave like some of these characters extra time, which, you know, they clearly had added their own in-canon filler into some scenes. I kind of wish that they kind of gave some of the other characters more time to shine, and I don't even think we're truly going to see most of these characters shine until like a second season, which you know that they're going for. The material that, you know, how like how they're going and everything, I feel like they definitely want to try and do a second season. I kind of just want to let people know I'm not like I don't think this is a bad anime. I know like people come out like Tokyo Ghoul for its pacing and stuff like that, but even still, like no one like even when you had that era, it's like apart from those real hardcore fans, like no one was complaining when that anime was first coming out, saying like, oh, you know, apart from like the censoring and all that, that was the only issue. You didn't know like hear like so many people calling, oh, the pacing is terrible. And definitely this show as well, its pacing isn't terrible, but I am feeling like at some points that I'm kind of thinking like, alright, can we kind of move on from this scene, or like, can you stop like prolonging on this part? I'm looking forward to see though what they are going to do for the next 6 episodes, like seeing how they're going to be handling material. But what honestly I have to wait to see, I am goddamn excited for like the next episode. People should know exactly why I'm excited for that one, because that is going to be a definitely good episode. But I feel like this episode, like, as like there were some enjoyable parts and all that, like, you know, Deku trying to control his powers and stuff like that. And I honestly, generally think the best part of the episode was when he stood up against like a Bakugo. I honestly thought that was the best part. But I thought it was like a 6.5 to 7. I thought it was actually good, but I felt like there were some scenes that kind of lacked like some kind of thing. Like I wasn't impacted by some of the scenes that probably some other people did, but that might just be me. Let me know anything in the comment section down below, but that's all from me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and if you enjoy Academia Manga as much as I do, then you hit that like and you hit that subscribe. But I'll see you beautiful bastards next time.